Hi and welcome to the video. I'm Dame and this is Dame Over, and today's video is your ultimate settings guide for Warzone 2.0 for console. I'm going to take you through every setting you need to change to get the most out of Warzone 2.0 and start racking up those wins. So for those of you guys that have already watched my Modern Warfare 2 settings video, there are a lot of things that are the same, but it does mean that for those of you guys that are new, I'm going to go through all of that stuff as well. So strap yourselves in, double check your settings, make sure it's all up to scratch. Let's have a look first of all at our controller settings. First one we need to change is under the inputs heading, and that is our button layout. I've changed mine to tactical, which I do all the time on any first person shooter. It means that when I'm shooting, crouching, diving, it means I can aim accurately at the same time without ever having to take my thumb off the stick. You'll be pressing the melee button far less than almost any other button on the controller, so having it on B is not going to have any detriment to your gameplay whatsoever, I promise you. Now for your sensitivity, this might take a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of time getting used to. It took me a little while to change mine from what I had it on Modern Warfare 2. Mine is slightly less sensitive now because the range of engagements you're going to be in is generally in Warzone quite a bit longer than in Modern Warfare 2. So my horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity you can see are right there. But one thing for Warzone you absolutely should change is the interact/reload behavior. Now you guys should select prioritize to interact. That means if you are looking at some ground loot and it pops up with the little box telling you that you're able to stow it or pick it up, all you got to do is tap square or X and it does it straight away. There's no need to hold down the button at all. This also applies to picking up ammo from ammo crates, from munitions boxes, opening doors, entering and exiting vehicles. All of those things will be affected by the prioritize to interact, and it's now just a tap. Now I got very used to just holding the X button to do almost anything, so it might take you a little bit of time to get used to that change, but trust me, it will save you time in game in those very clutch moments. Now let's go over to the advanced tab. There has been a recent change to the aim assist. It used to be that Black Ops was the best one to go for, but right now default is the one that you should have your aim assist set to, and the next setting you should change is the aim response curve. Go to dynamic. This means that you will feel a much bigger pull from the aim assist than any of the other response curve types. The next one you're going to want to have a look at are the input dead zones. Let's have a look here. You can see all of the values that I have set to mine, but basically I have the values set depending on my controller and how much there is stick drift. But getting the dead zone down to the lowest value possible means that you'll have to move the stick less for it to have an impact in the game, which will save you those precious milliseconds that you need in a game that still does have a very fast TTK, even with a bunch of armor. The next settings we're going to want to have a look at are the graphics settings. Now make sure you have world motion blur off, weapon motion blur off, the film grain down all the way to the bottom, depth of field off, and the fidelity FXCAS on. I have mine at 85. I do have it on 80 on Modern Warfare 2, and to be honest I can't notice much of a difference between those two, but definitely on the higher end makes a big difference to the sharpness of the picture in front of you. It will help you pick out enemies in the distance and even in darker rooms. If you do have the option to have the 120Hz refresh rate on, absolutely put it on. And one of the big ones for console players in particular, the field of view. Now I've got mine at 110. It can go all the way up to 120, so find the one that works for you, but definitely wider is better in this case. Next up, we're having a look at our audio. Now I have the audio mix set to headphones. This seems to be the one that makes the most sense, and the clarity of the sounds is absolutely there. Have a little bit of a play around between which the ones that works for you, but I would definitely recommend headphones. In my experience, it seems to be the best one. Master volume all the way up to 100. Turn that music volume all the way down so you don't get distracted or miss any footsteps or sound cues in the game. Dialogue volume I've turned all the way down to 30, so again I don't get distracted by it, but I can still hear it. The effects volume, keep that at 100. Hit marker volume, bring that all the way down. I did have it at 50 before, but now we're on 44. And the voice chat can be basically whatever you want. I don't have proximity chat or voice chat on unless I'm in a party, just because I don't trust what other people might say. Next up, we're going to have a look at our interface, and we'll go into the color customization, something that's entirely new to Modern Warfare 2. So our color filter we're going to go for is filter 2. The color filter target is world. Color intensity is going to be set at 75 and keep the interface color intensity all the way up at 100. Now, as you can see, the default colors on mine are very different because I've manually changed each of the colors to denote each of the different aspects in the game. If you want to know what these colors are, I'm going to leave them on the screen very quickly to look at the custom color hex code. So where it says hex here, you can type those letters and numbers into that bar and it will give you that exact color. So there's the one for you. Here is the one for team. Here is the one for party. Here is the one for the enemy. Here is the one for neutral. And here is for contested. So make sure you're pausing the videos at each of these so you can see what the hex code is. I'm not going to stay there long enough for you to type them in just because it will make the video much longer than it needs to be. And that is your complete settings guide done on Warzone 2.0. Thank you for those of you guys that made it all the way to the end of this video. If you did, make sure you let me know what your sensitivity is down in the comments. I'm still playing around with mine, so I'd be curious to know what you guys are going for. So if you are new to this channel and you want to keep up with more Warzone 2 content, I live stream 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday, and I will be adding some more tips and tricks, guides, highlight videos, and everything else in between to do with Warzone. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you found this video useful, hit the like button too. It genuinely does help the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one. That's game over. Peace.